Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cavalier Robert. I'm doing business computing here too. So in today's video, we are going to look at Microsoft project, and we are going to use it to attempt this question, as you can see. So without wasting time, this is our question. Here we have the task number, activities, then activity duration, and also predecessors, resources. Okay. Above is a worker breakdown structure, or WBS, for e-learning implementation project. So our project name is e-learning implementation project. Here there is a resource sheet. It has the resource name, type, and then the cost per resource. Down, using the information above, answer the following questions. Required. Part A, open up Microsoft project and save it in your folder, in your name and registration number. Set the project start date to 7th April 2018. Set all Saturdays as working days. Enter the above tasks and their durations in Gantt chart. Link the various tasks as per the links as shown on the work breakdown structure. Add the project resources as indicated on the WBS. Determine the finish date and the duration for the project. Determine the project budget. Make all tasks 100% complete. So that's the question. So now let us focus. So I'm going to launch Microsoft Office project. It is here on the desktop, so I'm going to launch it. So when you launch it, by default, sorry for that pop-up message, by default it comes as there is that view which by default that comes. It's called the Gantt chart. So our first question, part A, it is open up Microsoft project and save it in your folder, in your name and registration number. So let us do that. So to save your project, you come here on File tab, you click File, and then you click Save. Okay. So I'm going to create my folder on the desktop. I click here, Desktop. Hope we know how to create a folder. So I'm going to right click in the blank space, and then I go to New, then Folder. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to put my name, Robert, registration number, like that, assuming that is my registration number. They said. So our project name, I'm going to call it, they said it is called e-learning implementation project. So e-learning implementation project. So this is my file name. They told me to save it in my folder. So where is my folder? It is here. I open it and then I save. Okay. When we are done with that, they said part B, set the project start date to 17th April 2018. So to do that, it's better to use the project guide or an interview, the Microsoft project interview or the project guide. So I think it is here under view. You come here, turn on project guide. Okay, if it is off, you turn it on again. So it's launching. ah so uh, these are interviews. You attempt, define the project. My first interview. Enter the estimated date your project will begin. So that will be the start date. You can schedule your project either on the start date or at the end date. Okay, but on this question, they said set the project start date to 7th April 2018. Okay, let me tap on the drop down here. 2018, 7th April 2018. 7th April 7th April 2018. Okay, I'm done with that. So continue to step 2. You tap there, and then project server and project web access allow you and your team members to view and update project information from a website. Do you want to use project server? By default, you just leave it as no. Then you continue to step 3. Now you are ready to start filling in the details of your project. Click save and finish. Let me click save and finish. It is here. Save and finish. And then, by the way, to do some settings, I basically it is advisable to use the project guide. Okay, so let me go to the second interview. Define general working times. So they can tell you to use the standard calendar, or you can use, by default there is standard calendar 24 hours and then the night shift. Okay, so I'm going to use the standard calendar. Okay, the standard calendar, as you can see, Sunday and Saturday are non-working days. Okay, so let's see our question. What is they said, part C, they said set all Saturdays as working days. Okay, so by default, Sunday and Saturday are non-working days. So to make it a working day, you just come and check it. Here there is Monday. I checked, and then by default we can leave Sunday. Okay, then let me continue to step 3. Set holidays and day offs. So here they can say make this month a holiday, or they can give you a date and they can say make 4th May a working holiday. Then you just come here, change working time, and then you look for that month. You look for that month, and then you just click on it, and then you change it. Okay, Hope that is clear. So according to this question, like according to our question, we don't have it. We don't have. So I'm not like I'm following this question only. Enter the above tasks and their durations in a Gantt chart. Okay, but let's first finish our project guide interview. Continue to step 5. Okay, so by default it is assumed that the hours per day are 8, then hours per week are 40, and then days per month are 20. So if hours per day are 8, then hours per week will be how many? So to do that, remember they said uh, they said uh, Saturday should be a working what? A working day. So by default, the number of the number of working days are 5. Then we have increased it to what? To 6. Hope I'm clear. If hours per day are 8, then by default it is 8 times uh, 8 times 5, and then for our case it is 8 times 6. So let me see my calculator here. 8 times 6, I think it's 48. 8 times 6, it is 48. It's going to be 48. And then days per month. Okay, so our week it is comprised of 6 days. So to get the days per month, it's going to be 6 days times the number of weeks in a month, which is 4, and then we come up with 24 days. Hope I'm clear there. Then I'm going to continue to step 5. The project calendar is set. You have set the project's working time, creating a base calendar that affects all resources. If all resources are use this calendar, click and save below. So I'm going to click and save and finish. Okay. After that, I'm going to do other settings. Yeah, you can do other settings. Here you can do other settings. So some settings, you come here under tools, you come here on options, and we do some settings there. So let me start with view. This menu here, up view. So they said we put it into a Gantt chart. Then calendar, we can leave it, and then here current options for e-learning implementation project. So did they specify the currents? They didn't. So if they didn't specify, if they specified, you can change it from here. Then some currency symbols according to this software are not there. So for you to put your symbol, I think you type it. For example, UGX, you just type it. Okay, decimal digits, you can say I don't want decimal places, then you put to 0. Okay, let me go to another setting, I go to schedule and I see whether there is a need for settings. Okay, scheduling options for e-learning implementation. New tasks start on project start date, right? Duration is entered in. So let's check duration. Durations are entered in what? Durations are entered in weeks. Durations are entered in weeks. So I'm going to change it. Weeks. Work is entered in hours. So you can leave that. So let me go to other settings. So I'm done with schedule. Maybe here they said work is entered in any hours. Let me see our question. I think it's specified not hours. Yeah, it is days. It is days. I can change that also. It is entered in days. Okay, not hours, sorry. Let me go to calendar. So here default start time, it is 8 a.m. So they can say that your start time per day, you start at around 7 a.m. Okay, yeah, and then the default end time, they can also tell you, and then you just edit it from here. Calendar options for e-learning implementation. Week starts on Sunday. Fiscal year starts in. Okay, that one we can leave. Let me go to edit and we see whether there is a need to change the defaults. View options for time units in e-learning implementation project. So this is our project name. Minutes, you can abbreviate it and you call it min or minute. Okay. Hours, you can abbreviate it and you call it what? Hour or HR or H. May I want day, you can call it DY or D or day. May I want day. Weeks, WK or W or week. For me, I want week. Then month, go on months. Let me call it month. Then year, I want year. Okay. Let me go to gen and I see whether there is a need. Maybe undo levels. Undo levels, like you want to undo some changes, you can change the levels that you can go back. Like 20 levels, what. Okay. Let me go to save and I see whether. So here, let me see this autosave. Autosave, it is advisable to leave it on 10 minutes. It's going to be saving your changes automatically every after 10 minutes. So when you minimize it, the pop-up message for saving will be popping and it will be somehow distracting you. So let me leave it on 10. Let me go to interface. I think we are done with the necessary changes. Let me see. Yeah, we are done. Okay, after that I'm going to click OK. So other settings, I think you can go to project and then project info down. So So they can say schedule from either the project start date or schedule from the project end date. So here you can do it. Come here, schedule from. They said schedule from the start date, but when they say schedule from the finish date, you can change it also, and then you'll be able to edit. Okay. But they said project start date. So that there we are done. Okay. What else? I think we are done. Yes, we are done. So let's continue with our question. Enter the above tasks and their durations in the Gantt chart. So we are going to enter our tasks in the Gantt chart plus their durations. Okay. So to turn off your project guide in the same step, just come here and then you go to view and then turn off project guide. I don't want it now. So to see whether you are in a Gantt chart, you come here view to view Gantt chart, or you can use network diagram, you can use tracking Gantt. Okay. Without wasting time, let me put my here. There is task name, duration, start date, finish date, predecessors, resource names. Okay. So I'm going to just copy and paste my tasks. Okay, let me just copy and paste them. Control C and I paste, but you can type. Yeah. And then I'm going to put their durations. Planning, there is a 0, it means it's a milestone. And then feasibility study, it is 4 weeks. Budgeting 2 weeks. So let me put the project durations. Oh, but in weeks, did I forget to change? Let me see. Tools options. Maybe I changed mistakenly. Where there is that provision? Oh, I changed. Sorry. It is supposed to be weeks, not days. I changed it mistakenly. Okay. Sorry for that. Let me copy and I paste again. They are supposed to be in weeks. Yes. So planning, it is 0. And then feasibility study, it is 4. It is 4. Then identify key stakeholders, it is 2. Then budgeting, it is 2. Then what else? Implementation plan, it is 0. It is 0. 0, it means a milestone. Milestones are represented by a diamond symbol, as you can see them here. Diamond. Then installation, it's a milestone also. Then what else? Landscape analysis, it is what? It is 2. Hardware, it is 4. Software, it is 1, 2, 4, 1. Then this is 0. The next one is also 0. Okay, the rest 2, 3, 1, 0. 2, 2, 3, 1, and then 0. Okay, I've inserted the what? The project uh, durations. So I think my work is not visible well. So I'm going to change the font size. Let me increase the font size. Put it to 12. I use 12. Yes, I think 12 is nice. Plus the durations also. Put them to 12, such that my work is somehow visible. Oh, it's too bad. It's not visible well. Then put to 9. Okay. And then after that, before putting their predecessors, so I'm going to put the task numbers. But before that, you can first indent. Indent your work such that you identify the major tasks and the sub tasks. How do you identify? So planning, it is bolded, so it is major task. Installation, also major task. So these ones are subtasks. That's what we call WBS, workup breakdown structure, a process of breaking down bigger tasks into smaller tasks. So even conduct workshops is also a major task. So to do that, I'm going to highlight the subtasks and then I indent them. So to indent, you highlight and then you come here on this something like an arrow. It shows indent, or you can press Alt Shift and then right. So I've indented that. So let me indent this one also. I indent the subtasks. You highlight the subtasks, and then you come here and you indent. So I'm going to put task number. Task number. Task number. So to do that, I'm going to highlight my tasks and then I right click and then I go to task info. Let me see. Or I can just go here and then I right click and then I go to insert a column, and then here on the field name I can put WBS work breakdown structure. That's how we put WBS is here. That's how we put task numbers, right? On the title or my field name or my column name, I'm going to put task number, and then I just press OK. I think my task number are similar to the ones in the question. Then I can see that planning the major tasks are bolded, so I can also bold them also. So to do that I'm going to just highlight them by pressing the control button. Then I go here and I bold. That's how we bold them. Let me bold. Okay, that's how we bold tasks. I'll put the task number, task name, and then their durations. Now I think I can go to predecessors. So let me minimize this. Okay, so to put the predecessors, like it's like what should come first for the other to happen. So here, feasibility study, it has no predecessor, and then this identify key stakeholders, it has no predecessor. Then budgeting, it has a predecessor, which is identify key stakeholders. Identify key stakeholders. Or budgeting, it depends on identifying key stakeholders. So to put that, I'm going to come where there is, or to come where there is budgeting, and then I double click. I'm going to double click, then I go to predecessor, then task name, it is identify key stakeholders, and then type, by default it is finished to start. So it means that activity, budgeting to start, identify key stakeholders has to first finish for it to start. Okay, then I press OK. Or you can do it like that, or you can just put the line numbers, not the task number, but the line numbers, these ones here, 1 2 3 4 5 up to 15, those are line numbers. Then the task numbers are here. So implementation, it depends on budgeting. What is the line number for budgeting? Line number for budgeting, it is 4. So here I can just put 4. Okay, so let me continue. I go to landscape analysis. Landscape analysis, it depends on budgeting, which is 1.3, as you can see, which is budgeting. So I'm going to look for the line number for budgeting. Line number for budgeting, where is it? It is also line number for budgeting, it is 4. But let me see. Yes, it is 4. And then Hardware installation, it depends on 2.1. It depends on 2.1, which is landscape analysis. So I'm going to look for line number for landscape analysis. Landscape analysis. Landscape analysis, it is 7. Okay. And then software installation, it depends on what? Software installation, it depends also on 2.1, which is landscape analysis. Landscape analysis, let me increase my working such that my tasks are visible well. It also depends on 7. Okay, then install system installed, it depends on 2.3, which is software installation. Software installation, it is line number 9. Okay, and then prepare workshop materials. Let me increase my space such that my tasks are visible. Prepare workshop materials. Prepare, it depends on 2.3 also. 2.3, which is system installed tasking number. Let me check well. Prepare workshop materials depends on 2.3. 2.3 is software installation. What the task number for software installation? It is 9. Okay. Then sensitized students, what is the predecessor? Sensitized students, it is 3.1. 3.1, it is prepare workshop materials. Okay, but for that I'm not going to use the line numbers because they have specified it is now start to start. It is not the default, which is finish to start. So meaning I'm going to write to double tap here. Sorry, I'm going to double tap. Okay, then I come to predecessor, then task name. The predecessor, it is prepare workshop materials, right? Yes, prepare workshop materials. Let me scroll down a bit. It is here. Then the type, it is start to start. It is here. Okay. And then sensitized user, it depends on 3.2. What is 3.2? It is sensitized students, which is also start to start. I'm going to double task number, it is sensitized students, the predecessor. Sensitized students, and the type, it is start to start. When they say, if they say FF, it means finish to finish. SF is start to finish. Okay, so it is start to start. Then user sensitized, it depends on what? It depends on 3.2. 3.2, which is no, it is 3.3, which is sensitize user. Sensitize user. Sensitize user. Default it is finished to start. They didn't specify. Okay, as you can see, our Gantt chart is here, because of those predecessors. I think it has a good visual impression, as you can see, somehow impressing. Okay, I'll put the predecessors according to the question. We are following this question smartly. I link the various tasks as per links types as shown on the WBS. I think we are done with that. That is putting the task predecessors. And then part F, they are saying add the project resources as indicated on the worker breakdown structure. So what are the resources? Resources are here. Here, these are uh, resource initials: PM, CA, SA, PM. Those are C, SC. Those are project initials. Then resource names. PM stands for project manager. SA, it is systems analyst. Okay, so I'm going to do that, to put that, show that I'm going to use the resource sheet. You go to view resource sheet, it is here. Okay, here you put the resource name, then the type. Okay, so the resource name, it is project manager, project manager. And then the type, it is work. If it is assuming this is not a project manager, it is like a material, you can also just tap on the drop down and then you change. But for this time around, it is what? It is work. Then the the resource initials, it is PM. Okay, group, you can leave maximum units. You can leave it to 100. Let me see whether they are. You can leave it to 100, but in case they have specified, let me say to some percentages, you can also change it from there. So by default, I'm going to leave it on 100. Okay, so here there is cost per day. Cost per day. Cost per day. Here I'm going to put it here under cost. It is 10,000. And then here on the accrue, they can say use prorated, or use end, or use start. They can specify. So since they have not specified, let's leave it on prorated. Okay, what is the next resource name? It is systems analyst. It is systems analyst. Okay, and then what else? uh Type is work, and then initials, I think it is SA. uh Cost, cost, it is 50, it is 5,000, it is 5,000. Okay, here they can say the best calendar, night shift or 24 hours. You can also change it, no worries. So what is next? Now we are just uh, ident we are just indicating the resources. Then the next one is system implementers, SI. System implementers, system implementers. Then type, it is work, and then initials, it is SI, and then it is after, it is 10,000, it is 1,000, sorry, it is 1,000, 1,000. What is next? The next one, it is system consultant, system consultant, system consultant is abbreviated as what? As SC. S, and then the cost, it is 20,000. It is 20,000. Okay, after that, so we are done with so now I think we can go to our Gantt chart. So we are after indicating the resources, so we are going to assign, we are going to assign resources, but we are not going to use resource names. We are going to use resource initials, not resource names. So I think to do that, you come here under resources, you right click, and then you go to insert column, then you look for field name, you search for resource initials. Where is it? Resource initials, it is here. And then the title, I'm going to call it resources. Okay. Uh, so this is the title. In case they have said to use resource names, but we are going to you can leave that one and don't do that of right clicking and then renaming what I'm inserting new column what. So feasibility study, we are going to assign it PM and the SA, and the SA is PM and the SA. So I'm going to just put a comma to put another resource. So it's under feasibility study PM, comma, SA. Then what is the next? After putting the resource initial, it will be indicated under resource names. Here I've put PM. Now it is reflected as project manager, comma, systems analyst. Then identify key stakeholders. What is the identify? It is PM. It is PM. I think this one has all are involved. All resources are involved. Yes, we are done with that. Then implementation planning. Implementation plan. It has no resource. It's a milestone. Yes. And then landscape analysis. It is SA and SI. SA, comma, SI. So it is SA, comma, SI. And what else? I think from here up to here, SA and SI. System analysis, SA, comma, SI. This one also SA, SI. This one SA, comma, SI. Then the rest is just system implementers. The rest system implementers. Is it true? Let me confirm. Yes, the system implementers. Okay. I think we are done with assigning resources. Add part F, it is done. Add the project resources as indicated on WBS work breakdown structure. So we are done. The next part, it is determine the finish date and the duration for the project. So to determine the project finish date and the total duration for the project, the time which the project is going to take. So to do that, you can just come here up and then you go to insert. You come here up on the major task which is planning. So I'm going to insert a new task here. Insert new task, and I'm going to name that task. So let me first save to to call it our project name, which is e-learning implementation. Yes. E-learning as my project name. E-learning implementation. E-learning project. E-learning implementation project. Okay. Here on the duration, at first I'm going to put it on 0. Okay. So I want here where there is duration to put the total duration for the project, and then here where there is the finish, on this row where there is finish, to put there the project finish date. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to highlight the major tasks, which is planning. So to do that, I'm going to tap on the major tasks by holding the control button such that I can highlight them simultaneously like that. I've highlighted. So after highlighting your major tasks, just come here where there is indent, then you tap there. After tapping there, things will be fine. So you can see it has changed from 0 to 10 weeks. So our project is going to take 10 weeks, and then our finish date, it's going to be Friday, 15th June 2018. So it's going to take 10 weeks. That's how we do it. So I'm going to just bold this. Let me increase the font size to around 10 such that it is visible. Here, even you can even change the font. You can put it to Nigerian, the one of your choice. Okay, me I want Algerian. Okay, so we are done with that part. We have determined the finish date and the duration for the project, and then they have said determine the project budget. They can say determine the overall cost. So to do that, let me just extend this. You come here. I'm going to insert a column for that budget. So I'm going to right click, insert column, and then the field name is going to be cost. I'm going to look for it. Cost. Let me cost. Where are you? Cost. Where are you? Let me look for it. Cost. It has to be cost. Finally, it is here. Okay, and then our field title, our column title, is going to be budget. Hope that is the spelling. Budget. After that, things are going to change automatically. So our budget, our our total budget is going to be 88. Okay, things have changed automatically, as you can see. That's how we do things. Okay, let's go to the last part. Make all tasks 100% complete. So to do that, I'm going to highlight my tasks. I right click and then I go to task information. Task information. It's loading. No worries. Percent complete. They can say 50%, 60%. So they have said 100%. By the way, before that, to see whether you have customized that, you are going to see ticks here. When you don't see those ticks, you'll be watching a movie. Okay, they say the 100%, 100% complete, then you click OK. Hope you can see those ticks. I think